Hi everyone, my name is John Stewart. I'm a senior in agricultural education with a minor in agribusiness and economics. And I'm from Knightdale, North Carolina, which is about 30 minutes east of here at NC State University. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about Obamacare and what Obamacare looks like economically, and hopefully to give you a better perspective of how the federal government determines how they're going to spend money. We all know that everybody needs healthcare. Healthcare is tremendously expensive. And so to provide that, President Barack Obama has released Obamacare in the last few years. Unfortunately, it's upset many in the House and the Senate because economically it costs a tremendous amount of money to insure those individuals and doesn't necessarily look feasible when you put it on paper. So to give you a little bit of background, there are approximately 48 million Americans, or 15% of the population as of 2012, is uninsured and does not have health insurance at all. And Obamacare is projected to cost somewhere around $1.2 trillion from 2016 until 2025. And so hopefully here, in the next few minutes, I can illustrate to you what the economics are behind Obamacare and then how to best combat that situation in the future. All right, guys, so to explain a little bit about the economics behind Obamacare, the first step is to simply draw your basic supply and demand curve. Pretty straightforward and basic of every economic class. So over here on the left side you have your price, over here on the bottom you have your quantity, and then you have your supply and demand. So straightforward, wherever supply equals demand is what we call market equilibrium, or the best of social welfare, where everything makes sense and everything is really easy and straightforward. The problem is that no economic model is perfect. And so what happens is often over here, we have marginal revenue and marginal cost. And so what this line represents is profit maximization for healthcare companies. And so just like any other business, they're trying to reduce their cost and provide at a higher price to a limited number of people. And so if you think about it, this right here, this line right here, as it crosses through this intersection of supply and marginal revenue, exceeds to here and then comes across to our price. So this is where they're making the most amount of money, but they're also insuring the least amount of people on the graph. And so essentially what happens is this little block right here becomes what we call deadweight loss. And so that deadweight loss, if you think about it, represents those 48 million Americans who are uninsured, who don't have insurance at all. And so what President Obama is trying to do is, if the demand curve represents all the people that want health insurance here, he's trying to insure all of these individuals so that demand is met for health insurance because everybody deserves it. The problem with that is it's actually going to cost this. And so what that means is that all the way to here, this is what health insurance for everyone would cost, but this is what individuals are willing to pay. And so what Obama says we should do is charge a premium to all Americans so that everybody has health insurance. And so essentially what that means is, to make up for this deadweight loss, we're charging everybody to fill this void. And so the principle behind Obamacare is that if everybody pays more, everybody will have health insurance that demands it, but it also means that everybody, regardless of health insurance status, ends up paying more in the long run. And that roughly equates to $1.207 trillion for 10 years, which is approximately $180 to $280 per year per insured or uninsured individual. And so those that don't even have health insurance are now paying for it when they could have just paid for health insurance outright. And those who already have health insurance are again making up for this loss, or this profit loss, for all these health insurance companies. And so to correct this one error, we maximize error here, but we also meet the demand for health insurance by paying more. So I hope this explains a little bit about Obamacare and what the administration is trying to do, but also some of the frustration between many representatives who don't feel that it's the responsibility of everybody to pay this amount when they're trying to make up for a deficit of simply something that's really small. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what does this have to do with me? Well, first and foremost, this means that you're going to have to make up for this deficit regardless of your income status or regardless of how your taxes are set up. But it also means that we really need to think about, especially with an upcoming election, how we vote. And it doesn't matter who you vote for or how you lean politically, but my hope is that you're educated about the reasons and the rationale for those that you're voting for, because they have an ability to make a tremendous impact and a great benefit in terms of providing health care for millions of uninsured, but they also have an opportunity to maybe make some decisions that necessarily don't serve your best interest. And so I hope you exercise your right to vote in this country and to utilize all the information that's at your disposal to make those decisions about who you choose to lead our country. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for a great semester.